Hello, hello, hello. Good day, gamers. Welcome once again to another Facebook Live show on Game Master Games. I am your host, Game Master Dave. Let's level up. All right, my goodness, the last couple weeks I've been playing so many games. I think I've been playing like 3 or 4 games of just 3 or 4 games of just Wingspan with Ginger. Ginger really seems to like the Wingspan game. Let me tell you, there are people, I've listened to a lot of podcasts and stuff like that, and they talk about ambiance and setting up like the theme and stuff like that. This last time Ginger and I played Wingspan, Ginger got out her phone and went to YouTube and got just the audio of a bunch of birds chirping. Somebody recorded birds, and it was so awesome to have that in the background. I highly suggest you try that. Play Wingspan with some birds chirping in the background. It really added to the game, believe it or not. Even though we were concentrating on the game, I thought it really added to the ambiance. It was super cool. I've also been playing Through the Ages online. I also got a chance to hang out with some friends and play Race for the Galaxy online. There is a Board Game Arena that we played on. That was really cool. You should check it out because there's a bunch of games on there for free, and then there's other ones that you can pay for. Race for the Galaxy is free. We played 2 games, I don't know, in like 30 minutes, I think. They were so fast. We played them. And I added them to my Board Game Geek profile that I played, which you will get a Twitter notification if you join my Twitter, if you do Twitter, at GMG Dave. So you can check that out. So then you can see all the games I'm playing. It's really cool. So this past week, I got a chance to play one of my favorite games of all age. Actually, it's maybe worth the story. I go to a game night, and it's 5 players trying to figure out what game to play, and it was like, should we play this? Should we play that? How much time do we have? How do we want an in-depth game? It reminded me of high school where I got together with friends and we spent an hour and a half deciding what game to play, and it wasn't that bad, but we finally decided to play Sid Meier's Civilization because my friend Rich has it on his has it on his list of games to play this year, his goals for the new year. So anyway, we set it all up, and I started teaching the new players how to play, and then we couldn't find the culture cards. So that was too bad. So then we broke out Advanced Civilization. We happened to think that we were going to play some epic games. The idea that night was to play epic games. So I brought Advanced Civilization on a whim, thinking maybe people might enjoy it. Well, you probably even haven't heard of Advanced Civilization. It's an old Avalon Hill game. Actually, it's based on the game Civilization at Avalon Hill, which came out, I think, in the late 80s. Maybe Ginger can look that up for us. And then Advanced Civilization is actually like a module or an expansion. And that came out in 1991. Yes, 1991. Oh, what a Ginger right here. Yes, that's Advanced Civilization. Can you look up Civilization, Ginger, for us? Thank you so much. That is my wife, Ginger. She's like my Facebook Live support. She is awesome. Really appreciate it. Thank you, honey. Okay, so Advanced Civilization, as she just put up there, has an 8.0, which is really cool. And you can see the 1991, 2 to 8 players. What's the playing time? Oh, whoa. So that's a lot of playing time. Weight is pretty heavy. It's a little complicated. So, and then age 12 plus, right? The designer is Lauren Bernard, Jim Eliason, there's a whole bunch more, 6 more, and the artist is Roger B. McGowan. And it was originally made by the Avalon Hill Game Company. So, played in high school. Wait a minute. Hey, Raphael, nice to see you again. We teach games, so we don't go to many stores right now, although we teach games basically at the Bethpage Library. Hey, Bill, nice to see you. We teach games at the Bethpage Library once a month, the first Friday of the month. And the next one is coming up on February 7th, and we are specifically teaching, hey, I got it out. Actually, I was going to talk about it later, but I'll talk about it now. We have one game on the schedule for a specified game that we're definitely going to teach, which is Castle Panic. And it's a quicker game. We should get a couple iterations in it. It's 6 players also, so we can get a lot of people playing. But they have a huge library there. They must have 50, 60 games now in their library at the Bethpage library on Powell Avenue in Bethpage. And you can take a game off the shelf and learn it. But Ginger and I are also running around teaching games the whole time, as well as other people are teaching games. So that would be a good time to visit. Raphael, if you're not too far away, hopefully Bethpage is not too far for you. So that's Friday at 6:30 p.m. on February 7th. And then we do it. Actually, we're not going to do it in March, but we're going to do it in April, May, June, July, all next year, I'm sure. So going back to Advanced Civilization, so this is a super complicated game. There is the board if you're playing with all 8 players. There's Lammy Pie helping us out. He's holding the bird feeder that has been left out from Wingspan. Thank you, Lammy. Yes, that's correct, Lammy. I didn't forget to tell them yet. All right, so the objective of the game is victory points, just like a lot of games. And there's tons of different ways to get victory points. One of them is to go up the archaeological succession table. Yes, or AST, we like to call it. So how you do that is every turn, basically, you advance 1 spot on this box, and you'll see that below that there's point values. So Egypt has got 100 points. But you see different colors here. Well, the colors means there's the Stone Age, and we start we start in 8,000 BC and go all the way up to 250 BC, and so the start in the Stone Age. But to advance to the early Bronze Age, you have to have 2 cities, and then these other sections have other requirements to go there. Then you see these numbers. You have to get those numbers. Now they're really long, as we saw, 6 to 8 hour games. Would mean you're going all the way up this whole track. So this is like, how many game turns is this? It's like 25 game turns already. But then you might get stopped at a game turn. You may not have 1,300 points to advance to this spot. But eventually, the first person to go here ends the game. Doesn't mean that they win it, just ends it. And then you count up all the points, and then we see who wins by points. So this is just, like I said, I'm not trying to teach the game. I'm just doing a quick overview. But this is one of the games that we like to call an epic game. And the reason is because it takes so much concentration, so much fun, so many people playing, running around, trying to figure out, doing diplomacy actions, attacking each other, defending each other, getting technologies, trading. This game really, here's cities. You want to try to build cities here on these black dots and stuff like that. And you've got population moving around. They move around the board to try to move into territory. You might want to try to attack this territory, and you want to build more cities. So if you get 6 people in a city dot, move them in there. You can remove it and put another city down. You can transport people by boat. But the real essence of the game, what really becomes fun, is the trading function. Now you'll see I got these on magic cards, and they're sleeved on the back. But you basically, once you have cities, you're going to collect some of these trade goods, okay? So there's like iron and papyrus, and we can go even deeper in this deck. As if you get more and more cities, then you're going to get more and more cooler trade values. There's a trade value 4. And then what you want to do is you want to try to collect sets of these, because what ends up happening is if I have 4 cities, I'm only going to draw cards from 1, 2, 3, 4 each turn. There's 2 things in the number 4, so I may not even get the same kind of card. So the second turn I've got 4 cities, I may not draw a grain. So what I need to do is I need to trade with the other players around the table, because if I only have 1 card of grain, I only collect 4 points. If I have 2 cards, I get 16 points. If I have 3 grain cards, it's worth 36 points, and I have 4 grain cards, it's worth 64 points. What the heck do I need these points for? Well, not only do they count towards victory, but more importantly, they count towards technological developments. So if I was able to get 64 points, I could buy music as a technological advancement. Let's see the points down here. So I basically use those 60 points to buy this card. And then this gets me an effect, reduces the effects of civil war and disorder, or cloth making lets ships move an extra spot. Or let's see, enlightenment, protects me against slave revolt. Mining will let me get better values for my gems and gold and stuff like that. There's all these really cool civilization advancements. and then you trade for those and turn them in. Now the other element, so there's cool elements here, is building up your civilization, collecting the trade cards, turning in trade cards to get advancements. But there's also the calamities. So the thing is that I'm drawing this card off of the deck, and I might get Slave Revolt. What else is in here? There's Volcano. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Here's Famine. I might get the Famine. Now you'll notice something that says, this one says non-tradable, and this one says tradable. What the heck is that? Well, the trading mechanic means that I could trade the Slave Revolt to somebody else. Or Treachery. I could trade Treachery to another player. And then they can trade it around the board to somebody else. And then they can trade it around the board to somebody else. It creates one of these games that is just epic. The situations that happen are just amazing. Hey, Rich just joined us. Rich and I have been talking about epic games for a while. We got a podcast coming out where we're going to talk about epic games too. So this was Advanced Civilization. This was so much fun. Have any of you ever played it? I mean, besides Rich, because he was there on the night that I'm talking about. Have anybody else played Advanced Civilization at all? It's by the old Avalon. How about any other Avalon Hill game company? Look at this Bookcase game. This is like from the 80s. I had these, Squad Leader was an Avalon Hill game. You could see this game is highly used. I've had it for a long, long time. If you have an Avalon Hill game experience, I'd love to hear about it. You can email me at dave@gamemastergames.com. And let's see. Rich, I told everybody that we're playing on Board Game Arena, the Race for the Galaxy too. Having a good time with that one. So Ginger actually is saying she played it online recovering from the flu. But, honey, you played the Sid Meier's Civilization on the computer. Not this one, but this one came out, the original one came out in like 1985 or something like that. And as far as I understand, Sid Meier's played this game and used it to create the original computer game Civilization. Oh, thanks, Bill. Okay, let's see. Almost reminds me of Civ 4. Yes, 8 hours is a commitment, though. Yes, it is. Oh, look at that. Bill says he actually had the Avalon Hill game Battle of the Bulge when you were a kid. Do you still have it, Bill? Because it could be worth a little bit of money. I'm not too sure. Anyway, that's Advanced Civilization. Thanks so much for your feedback and your comments. And you can send us more, too. Don't forget, as I just mentioned, Raphael, if you're still watching, I got board game night at the Bethpage Library presented by Game Master Games, Game Master Ginger, and myself. And there it is, February 7th at 6:30, 47 Powell Avenue in Bethpage. You can freeze this video if you want to get the phone number and stuff like that. And we are teaching Castle Panic, but there's going to be lots of other games there. I just had some meetings for the Long Island Tabletop Gaming Expo. Some of the games that are going to be there is Blood on the Clock Tower. They were absolutely sold out at PAX, so don't miss April 18, 2020 at the Cradle of Aviation Museum. We also got somebody signed up to Game Master Axis and Allies. That has been a lot of people have been asking us recently. As a matter of fact, last month, somebody asked us at the Bethpage Library game night if we had Axis and Allies. And so we're going to be running it on April 18th. What's the other big game? We're going to have Cloudspire again, as well as Too Many Bones from Chip Theory Games. We've got Chris demoing those. Oh, Bill, I see your note. Yeah, too bad you don't have Battle of the Bulge anymore. I don't think I ever owned it myself. You can go to tabletop. Let me start again. You can go to litabletop.com. They are selling tickets right now. They are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to check out, we're going to talk about that in a second. Don't forget to check out Twitch on LI Tabletop. I just did some Hearts of Iron on there. I'm playing a Japan game. I had some technical difficulties. I'll work those out better. I'm also on my Twitch channel at GMG Dave. And my YouTube, I post all my videos on Game Master Dave. And then here's the stores that we like to support. Please give us any feedback you want. You can email me. You can contact us on Facebook or meetup.com. Cosmic Comics in Baldwin. You can always call up Chuck or his staff and ask him any questions. Legendary Realms in Lindenhurst. They also run the Weekly Word, which I'm going to be on this Thursday night, teaching Azul, which I've covered in Facebook Live show before. So come watch us on LI Tabletop Twitch. It's twitch.tv/LI Tabletop. And you can watch me teach Azul to a bunch of people that have never played before. It should be a blast. That's 9 o'clock on Thursday night. And then also Main Street Board Game Cafe. Neil was so nice to us. Me and Ginger, we went up there. They taught us games. It cost some money to sit down at the table. But the thing is that it was so worth it. It was several hours of just awesome gaming, great environment, and we also had some food. So check them out too. What is this? Oh, there you go. Ginger's posted a thing about the thing. Oh yeah, and also Bill, I see your comment about Azul. Azul was my most played game last year. I've got in the last 2 years, I've got something like 25, 26 games with Azul in. So I guess I'm going to get another one on Thursday night. If you want to advertise with us, if you got any upcoming events or anything like that, you can email me at david@gamemastergames.com. And then also Ginger's website. She's a full-time wedding officiant, so check that out. If you know anybody getting married, let us know. I'm on Patreon. I've got, hey, Bill, I think you send us $1 a month. There's a couple other people that do too. So, we're looking to get better cameras, better computer, everything like that. You can support us for $1 a month if you're interested. If you can, that would be awesome. I'm also on Instagram. All right. With that said, any last minute questions or comments? Rich, you mentioned that you really enjoyed the Civilization game. I don't know when we're going to get a chance to break it out again, but we're going to try to play some epic games this year. Rich has on his thank you, Bill. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. Rich has on his 2x2, I think, the Game of Thrones board game. What a headacheingly awesome game. Can't wait to play that with Rich and the crew. That's right, Ginger. We did a wedding ceremony at Main Street Board Game Cafe in Huntington. That was a blast. All right, with that said, I really appreciate you checking us out again. This video will also be on my regular personal page. I'll share it over there, and will also be on my YouTube channel. And I might be changing the format, not the format, but I might be changing to doing this on Twitch in the future, just as a little bit of a warning. But it will also stream live on Facebook at the same time. So I'm going to see how that works. There might be a little tweaking and figuring out. But we'll get it done because we love games and we want to spread them around, and we want to keep the community going on Long Island. Play some games this weekend. I do hope you get a chance to. And there's plenty of games to play online. Go to just yet. Back to Raphael. Check out any of those stores we mentioned earlier for learning some games or buying some games. Okay, with that said, I really appreciate you coming again. Give yourself 100 experience points, and until we meet again across from the gaming table, keep your dice dry. Keep your dice dry. Keep your dice dry. Hey, Greg, I'm sorry I'm shutting down right now, but you can watch the video after it's posted. Keep your dice dry. Your rule book's ready. And your meeples strong. Have a good night.